Okay, let's write your first blog post. You're in your dashboard here, and you go to Posts, Add New. First thing you do is give your post a title. And you save. I probably oversave, but I've spent a lot of time writing a post and then clicked out of it without saving, and it's so frustrating. So you tend to do this a lot. Okay, you've got your title, and you mentioned that you have written a lot in Word and asked if you could copy and paste, and that's perfectly fine. I did that a lot when I started out. I found out later that I preferred to just type in the editor here. But to copy and paste, you just right click and paste. And then you can use your editor here, just similar to Word, to format your text. And let's add a heading to this. You be crazy. So you just highlight that and go up here and change. You have your choice of different sized headings. I think a heading 1 is kind of big for within a blog post, but this is all personal preference. I tend to use a heading 3 a lot, but again, whatever you think looks good. So you can change whatever you want to, or edit your text in here. Make that bold, change the color, change the size of the text, whatever you want to do. Okay, so, and say you want to add an image. To do that, you'd go into Add Media up here. And if it's an image that you already have in your media library, you can pick in here. If not, and you've got one on your computer, you choose Upload Files. And then you just select the file here, and it will pop you into your computer, and you choose where you have saved your images, and then you just upload them. But normally, they'll be in your media library. Here, let's change this to just images. A lot of these are in here because I couldn't decide. I just put a bunch of pictures in here, and so I'll go through and clean these out before I turn it over to you completely. But anyway, okay, what are we? First blog post. Let's put an image of him. I love this kid. So when you choose an image, you see over here, it's called an attachment because you're attaching it to the blog post. It'll give you the details of this image, and this is how big the file is, and this is the size, the dimensions of this image. So, and over here is, this is where it will be now. We won't go into that. What you want to do, if this isn't filled in, and most of the time it won't be, you want to add the alt text. And the alt text is for someone reading your blog that's sight impaired. They can't see, obviously, an image, so you have to tell them what the image is about. It also is for Google bots that are running through your site and ranking it. They also can't read an image, so you have to tell them. So it's good. You don't have to put these in here, but if you do, you have a better chance of your site getting more traffic. So just write in here, cute boy laughing reading book, and then you put the name of your site. So we do that, and in here I've installed a plugin that will smoosh this is a pretty big image, and it's taking up a lot of space, and it will be harder to load, take longer to load. So this Smoosh Now, if you click that, it will condense that image and reduce it down. So it's made it smaller. Oops. So let me move this down. And then we do that, and then down here we can choose, since it was such a big image, we can decide what size we'd actually like to turn that image to when we put it on our page. The width of your website is between 1,000 and 1,200 pixels. So just keep that in mind when you're putting an image in, that this obviously is bigger than that, so it's going to condense it down. So we might as well just put something that's closer to the size of the width of your website. So this is a good size to choose if you're inserting a bigger image. And you don't want to try to insert an image that's small, like a 500 by something would be much too small to put in there, and it's going to look weird. Or it will try to increase that to a larger image, which would pixelate it. So just try to stay around this size. So now we want to insert that into post. And there it is. So let's save that and see what it looks like. We'll go into Preview Post, and there's your blog post. Now the only thing that it's missing is the featured image. So I'm going to go back and show you how to do that in the next in the next video. Something new I did want to point out too, though, are two things. This is the permalink, and this is if someone is Googling, how do I write my first blog post? Your post will probably come up because their search words match exactly what the title of your post is. If you decide to change the title of your post, which you can at any time, you just change it and you save draft. Make sure that this changes with it. Sometimes for some reason it doesn't. So if it doesn't, you can go into Edit and change this so that it matches whatever your title is. And when you type this in here, it doesn't carry the hyphens with it, so you have to put those in. So just make sure that whatever you type in here for the title, in between each of the words of your title, you put a hyphen. Okay? So that's that. The other thing is this Divi Builder is something that came with your theme. I use it all the time and I love it. It replaces this editor and turns it into a visual page builder. And it's something that I like to use, but if it's not something you're interested in and you're good with this, that's fine. Just let me know if you'd like to learn more about it. Okay, so I'll catch you in the next video.